Do you believe in brainwashing as a sort of means of communication? You've just brainwashed me. Can't say.
Well, it's not really a brainwash type thing. Also, it wouldn't be communication. It'd just be like, another thing. No, we believe like doing it very loud, as strong as the word hits him in the chest. If it doesn't hit him in the mind, so to get him some kind of way, Which sounds very corny. So we'll go into another question.
Okay, let's have an equally corny one. What importance do you attach to doing a concert?
Pardon?
Money.
Well, yeah, but apart from that.
Noel Redding says that. Okay.
Yeah. What do you feel about it, Jimmy?
Oh yeah, money too is groovy. But it's like, I don't know, it's just, we all happen to naturally like to play, And so we got this group together, and then we found out we can make money by playing. And
it's not that really, is it? We're all musicians.
That's what I mean. We all like to play,
Right.
What do you think I said?
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, we like to naturally play. And
Are you sure?
We all like to play,
Yeah.
And so then, therefore, we can still make money too, which is groovy.
Yeah.
So we got a light.
Sure.
Thank you.
Mitch, what do you have to say about that?
Well,
Whatever, like a
we all
cigar?
like to play and make money.
Yeah, I'll take one. Do you have one?
Sure.
Baby.
Is this going to be on radio?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Well, we'll do some editing.
Can I say hello to my dog?
Of course you can.
Oh, hello, Mother. No.
Is that the name of your dog?
What? No.
Oh, great. Thank you very much. I'll take it back.
Yeah.
I seen a cat about 13 years old. We was in school and somebody stole a cigar. And he's gone home. I said, is that what you do? Wow, man, he knows how to smoke a cigar. So ever since then, I've been doing it. That's nothing to do with that. Do you like a tip something?
I don't really know. Have a look.
Just for, yeah, just
You
for
like
cut the
the
tip.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You can-
Use a clicker.
Just this one.
Like that?
Hit cutter.
Yeah.
Compliment. Oh, what? Oh, look at that then. Automatic
You
count.
really?
Yeah.
What I said was we used to push a button.
Who did?
Tell me of yourself.
Pardon?
Where?
Tell me of yourself. Who are you?
Why would you?
Oh, well. I'm Nanny Mabley, number 9. This is Nanny Mabley, number 10.
Where's that?
And that's Nanny Mabley, number 11 over there by the drums.
Good.
No, this is Jimmy. Huh? Okay. Yeah, right.
Of course.
Okay, here we go. Okay. But if you can ask us all different questions and all that,
Yeah.
And then it'll go along, Because see, the main thing what we're trying to do is now is get across the point that it is a three-piece group,
Yeah.
And like, actually the bad publicity or the wrong type of publicity can really, get groups uptight about playing and so forth, and get uptight about doing interviews and so forth.
Yeah.
Because every member in the group should be really recognized.
Yeah. How did you get together in the first place?
Tell him.
I was walking down the street.
Good.
With a guitar and 10 shillings, which is about 10 crowns or just over, in London. I heard there was an audition somewhere at some club, so I went down there. And I met Master James, and we had a little play around, and somebody said, Chaz, can you play bass? I said, no. Played bass, cardboard replica though, learnt off tape recorder. And next day, a Master Mitchell appeared in a grey flannel cardboard suit. 2 days later, it was very, very informal actually. It was just sort of, we were just put together, and then about a week later we were working together. We had about 4 songs. It was in London. It was very, very strange actually, the way it all came together.
We didn't even know each other.
Very strange. Oh, the polo neck. Remember that black polo neck?
Yeah.
It's good now, isn't it?
We dug Noel's hairstyle, so then you're hired.
I didn't have any. It was on my
There's one
chest.
little tight curls.
Terrible, wasn't
Your backgrounds count to you now.
it? Go on, I'm sitting on it.
Okay.
I don't know, ask him.
Yeah,
Talk to him.
I'll ask you.
Yeah, he's very interesting.
Mitchell. Do your backgrounds count to you?
Oh, it has been around cases.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't know, and I wouldn't say that. I mean, you could say that, but I don't.
Background doesn't really.
I think actually, joking aside, like Noel went to work in Germany for like 8 hours a night for like 30 quid a week, you know, which is just like blatant prostitution. But there again, you know, I think it sorts a few things out. It's once you're getting used to working those hours. Same as Jimmy's work, but you know, a lot of people all over the place. I mean, a really versatile performer. You know, I think it helps because once you can do, if you can do that, you can stand anything. You know.
It's training, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Failure
to adjust.
But look at the Queen doing that.
It teaches you, doesn't it? You know, there's lots of groups who, with these geezers, who, I'm not going to say any names, but you get these groups who they sort of form, and 4 months later they have a hit because somebody's got a lot of money behind them. They go on the road, 2 weeks later they all collapse because they can't take it, and they have to get
They can't
right.
take all the beer and cokes. And
Yes,
girls.
yes, and they have to go to a funny farm, and because all of us have worked professionally since sort of 16, you know. And we're all about 23, 24 now. That's a long time. So I think the background does mean a lot because I'm still standing up anyway, and we're all still standing up. So.
Yeah, we're all still learning too. You know?
Right. You learn
So
all the
you
time.
don't think about the past all that much. Quite naturally, you have groovy memories here and there.
Right.
Well, that's
No.
where your roots are.
Teaches you a lot, doesn't it?
It's not going to help you
All
now, is it?
different things. I can even look back on the past of this group because it's been over a long, long time. And there's so many things we could sit down and talk for hours about what we've done.
Yeah, really interesting things.
There's still so much to find out as well.
Have you ever felt any sort of differences between you, the two of you being Europeans, Jimmy being American?
Well, we shot him twice.
Yeah.
He cut my leg off.
Personally, I hate him.
Mitch hanged him. Jimmy sold me to
A white slave
a
dealer.
white slave dealer in Egypt. But otherwise,
What was the question?
I can't remember.
Well, we could talk of musical differences then.
Well, not really.
Oh.
I forgot. Oh,
Yeah, we all have different
Nice,
type
that.
of backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like Noel, for instance, he likes hard rock mostly. You know, like
bang, bang, bash.
yeah, the English rock, the new rock scene.
Yeah.
Mitch is more like in a modern jazz thing, you know. And I dig my basic is blues mostly, you know.
Yeah.
And so then, therefore, like when we go on stage now, like we haven't been playing for 6 weeks, and like this is about the third night we played together, you know. And like we're doing more of like a jam scene. The records, Purple Haze and so forth and so on, all those are just like identification cards, you know. And like when we play in person, well then that's another side of different songs that we have on record. That's why we don't play all our songs that you know us by, like Foxy Lady. I mean, we play them, but we don't play them as much as we play other things like jamming or taking Hanson and Carlson number, for instance, or something. Because that's what they call painting. It's just like the artist paints.
Yeah. Going back to the question of musical backgrounds, have you had any connection with jazz, Jimmy?
No, I always felt insecure about jazz and all that.
Yep.
Because they could play so fast, you know.
You say, you say jazz though, but jazz is music, and we're musicians. So how can we have
Against it?
past with jazz? Because jazz is just a part of music. We're musicians, so that doesn't really mean anything. You know?
I don't usually. Yeah, but he meant good intentions.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
But I just sort of.
Yeah, well, it's a scene like.
Yeah, just clarified it a bit for us.
Well, it's right. Oh, come out.
How about that banging?
Bring out your legs!
Is there any more beers?
That's really Coca-Cola.
Well, jazz is a thing like for some musicians, it might scare them. First of all, when you say jazz, you know, this is the term jazz. But then, like once you get into your own music and all that, it's almost equivalent. Progressive rock, what they call progressive rock now, it's like another form of You know, it's in a class of its own. It's like jazz in a class of its own, and so forth. You know,
All jazz.
pop music is supposed to be in a class of its own, but we're getting mixed up with pop music. There's like a lot of other groups.
Music's music to me.
Yeah, right. You know, well, there's different. You know.
It's either good or bad.
Do you ever feel close to avant-garde jazz?
Not necessarily.
I
Not any
met
closer than I do to
last
Bach,
week.
or Susie, or Mary Jane. What's your lady's name? What's her name?
Susan.
Yeah.
Giggle, giggle. What? Eh?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Go and get some beer.
Jimmy referred to you as a sort of more jazz-oriented drummer. Have you had any experience with jazz bands?
No, I don't know anything about it at all. I really
What
don't.
do you think?
Yeah, but I mean that's neither one thing or another. You know, it's just pseudo jazz. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care because I know that a lot of people. I've got an interest in jazz, you know, but no more than I've got in any other kind of music. You know, I think what we're trying to do is a damn sight more valid. You know, at least we're lucky enough that people listen to us at concerts. I mean, you walk into an average jazz club, and people aren't listening. You know, they just sit around and talk. You know, I think it's quite ill-mannered. I'd rather be doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of so-called jazz musicians, like as a young guitarist, Larry Curiel, and sort of he's interested, you know, in what's happening. And sort of rock scenes. He came from a rock band, and people like Miles Davis, you know, someone up to Miles Flat, and he hadn't got sort of one he hadn't got one jazz album at all. He just had pop albums. You know, it's no different. It just depends what's the mood you're in.
Yeah. Jimmy, tell me of your experiences with blues bands in the States.
I don't know, man. You know, like, what experiences do you mean with blues bands? Because when we're in the States, most of the time when we're not gigging ourselves, we're always jamming with other people most of the time. Or either learning about, you know, blues or rock or whichever.
I'm referring to...
I mean, in the olden days.
In the old,
Keep
yeah.
talking about the past. You should have heard about all that before. Have you heard about all that before?
He was just playing, wasn't he?
I was playing behind so-called soul, top 40 R&B people, like Wilson Pick and Otis Redding and, you know, Jackie Wilson and so forth. You know, that's all. That's nothing to talk about now.
It seems you're not so interested in your past, really.
No, really. It's just, I'll write a book about one of these days so I can entertain myself and laugh and all that. But see, that when this is like the past, we're not living in the past now. We're trying to get something together as far as music-wise, you know.
Yeah, but don't you think that the present and the past sort of combine in the future?
Oh, past is nothing but beautiful memories and dreams.
Nice, you know, it's really nice moments.
Yeah, but you said what are your experiences with the past blues bands?
Yeah, well, see, we're up here doing an interview and talking about maybe some nice things that we could get into or whichever, you know. But you talk about the past. We'll never progress as far as interviews.
Right.
Y'all keep hollering about you want new time sounds and all this. Well, you have to get your interviews.
Is there any beer?
New type interviews are needed. What? Huh?
Let's get some beer.
Oh yeah, he can edit it though.
Look, Jerry, can you get some beer?
Huh? Oh, I see. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't you hear me?
Listen, we haven't got any beer. Oh, there's no beer.
Oh, okay, get some beer.
Can you get some
Stop the
beer?
tape recorder for a second.
Jimmy, since you don't want to talk about the past, tell me of the future then.
Oh wow, I feel like okay. Well, I don't know. We're just working on our own individual things now. You know, there'll still be the group. Yeah, there'll still be the group of the experience. You know, and plus we'll all have our own individual interests. Like we might be producing people, or might have recording things, and you know, just get into our own bag, whatever.
What other futures can you think about than that of your group?
Dying? Good skin. There you go. Yeah. Right. Future. Denmark. What about future?
You sound like a future bird. We're going to change the world. We're going to try to change the world.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear you say.
Let me follow.
How are you going to change it?
Gonna buy it.
We're going to put acid in all the drinking fountains.
Sulfuric, that is.
square.
Yeah, that's man.
Yes.
So, what is that going to do to people?
It's gonna blow their minds.
Yeah.
First of all.
And eat them away.
That's the important thing about tomorrow.
No, you asked a silly question, so
What
I
do you
gave you a
think
silly
about
answer.
tomorrow then? Hey?
I'm here to ask you.
Yeah, I know, but I'm asking you as well. So tomorrow is tomorrow. What? You can't say.
We don't
what's
know,
gonna
man.
happen
We're just
tomorrow.
living, man. We're living, man. We're trying to do a gig tonight.
Tomorrow is a new night.
We're gonna be making better records
So you
and so
should
forth.
work it
We're gonna
out.
take better time on it, you know.
I'll have longer hair. he'll have a chin. Mitch will wear trousers. Tomorrow.
Why not a skirt?
Hey?
Why not a skirt?
No, we gave them up about a year ago.
Too bad.
People thought we were funny.
When you keep, this is like brainwashing like that. When you keep asking the same old question, hearing the same old questions over and over again, man, you don't want to answer. You know, you just want to sit up there and play music. And like, you know, interviewers should have a little more imagination nowadays.
Should we just
Just like the
conversation?
music.
I think musicians should have a little more imagination. I sweep the
Oh
streets
man,
and
why don't you all start
yeah?
playing? Why don't you all play then? Why don't
I
you all
want to
play
sing you a
music?
song. Where's the guitar, okay?
Well, why don't you all start playing music then?
Because I've been living here 5 years. This is Denmark.
That's personal. That's personal.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
man.
Is it? Look at the picture again.
All we can do is just pound all the music in your chest. We're musicians, man.
Listen to the music. Your music again.
Well, that's what we're here for.
play
If we
it.
listen to the music, not to be sitting up here jabbering about the past.
Right.
Everyone tries to analyse everything, you know, why don't you just get on with it?
How much we really feel our music? Come to the gigs and find out.
According to them,
Listen.
how much to love you because I've been loving you much, lots.
So then, therefore, you should understand where we're at then.
Children.
Well, we know how
Of
much.
course we do.
Listen, when we get on
We
stage,
know how much we like our music.
It's gotta
That's about
happen.
all there is to it. Nobody else knows except us three.
those people who
That's
come for
it.
the second time, they know what we're talking about.
Yes?
The people who come for the first time, it's up to them to decide. We're not going to start selling our music over the microphones by saying, yeah, we'll come to the gig tonight. Yeah, we're really going to pop it to you there because we got something really groovy there. We're not going to say that because it might not be groovy to the person sitting next to the other one who might dig us.
Anyway,
So therefore, it's all pure feeling. What we're playing is complete honesty.
Yeah.
We're playing
You know.
nothing but 1,000% honesty, and it's up to the people to dig it or not dig it. And if they don't like it, we're not going to hate them. Quite naturally, we're going to like it if they do.
We
That means we got through to somebody at least, you know, when they start.
The only way we can define our music is that us three know it. And that's about all because there's no other way.
Anyway,
Yeah, we don't have time to think about those things.
No,
We're too busy.
I didn't want you to try to just sell your music. I just wanted you to talk.
For those people out there who's listening to this, man, if they're going to take this much time to listen to this much of the interview, they're going to know where we're at in the first place. They're going to be that much interested as to where they might come and hear us one time or listen on the record. That's the best way to talk nowadays, because the verbal language is going out of style anyways. It's two-faced. It's too much two-faced, you know. So therefore, if you listen, sometimes you can get a whole conversation through maybe about 2 bars of a song. Sometimes that's what music's all about. It's not playing with us. It's all serious, you know. That's how we communicate. That's how we communicate. It's through music, and that's all we can say. So far as interviews, don't know what you might get out of us, but a whole lot of blabbering and just messing around like we're doing now, which is fun.
Yeah.
But see, music sometimes can't be fun. Sometimes you're on there and you're really sweated out because you're really trying to get yourself together as far as music-wise. And sometimes you might have a really bad gig. You know you played bad, and then all of a sudden these people might come around and say, "Wow, that was great."
Baby,
You know.
No.
groovy man.
And then what do you feel?
Well, then I feel worse. Then that makes me feel worse. You know, it's see all that. See, music isn't a game. You know, not with us. It's really serious. But all this talking about the past and so forth, I don't know nothing about that. So we're gonna clown with that. You know, we'll play with it. It's like watching TV, another form of entertainment probably. But music is an entertainment to us. It's part of our lives.
Yes.
Just our life, isn't it?
Dun, 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 dun.
Wrong one. Happy birthday to Queen. Was it? What's the English? I don't know. God save our gracious Queen.
To what extent is that playing of the Star Spangled Banner a political
Have you heard those
command?
bullets in the middle of it?
Yeah, I did.
Well, there.
Yeah.
That's our interpretation of America, for instance. What we've seen of it the last time around.
Violent.
Well, you know, it's everything. It's extremes of everything, which is a sign of a country getting ready to, right on the brink of going mad, and right on the brink of exploding. You know, he was complaining about Denmark. Man, half the Americans wish they was living in Denmark this very second.
Ooh, yeah.
They wish they was bored to death and do nothing but just make love to girls and nothing but read beautiful, nasty magazines and look at the beautiful water and breathe all this fresh air and ride bicycles and stuff like that.
And not get shot every night.
And not get shot at, yeah. And like you talk about, you know, oh wow, there's a whole lot of Americans wish they was over here. That's how uptight America is. So therefore it comes through and start, you know, when we play tonight here in Denmark or wherever we might play. We don't have time to dissect what country we're going to play what music to. We just have to go by feeling, and therefore that came out at a particular time there. Because we have so peace of mind over here, for instance, you know. You play in America where everything is going at 1,000 miles an hour, just like that, you know. And also you go to Sweden, everything's so peaceful and passive. And then you come to Denmark, and everything is so groovy and mild, you know. And that, you know, we appreciate all that kind of scene. And therefore we express to the audience what we might have witnessed in the last few months, if they're listening to our music properly. If they're really listening to our music, they know exactly. It's just like us saying, oh, hi, y'all, you know, guess what we've been through in the last few months? And also it comes out in the music, you know. That's why it's all real to us, you know.
We're still playing.
I could hardly, you know, we all could hardly wait to go out there and start playing again, and then the second show. That's why sometimes interviews, you know, you get all mixed up, and you get all stoned and whacked out of your mind, because you don't want to know about it in the first place.
Sit around
you
for
know.
about 3 hours in between.
Yeah. And, you know, and so, I don't know, it's just a frustrating thing sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
And the next 2 LPs, you probably hear a little more, you know, you probably hear it a little more directly, you know. It's been so personal. Our music has been so personal in the last 3 LPs. Oh, yeah, okay, we're going to go down there in 5 minutes. Let's finish the interview, all right?
What are we going to do?
Nothing. Let's just finish this interview,
Yeah.
okay?
Interview.
All right, is there any more questions?
Yeah. Did you feel as a poet as well as a musician?
Not necessarily. I just feel like saying exactly what I want to say in my own way. And like Niels written the whole LP, you should be asking him some questions about writing.
Yeah.
Well, you can say
Tell
that.
me about it.
Well, I don't know. I can't say. I've just written some songs, haven't I? But you say, is it like a poet? Well, a poet is similar to an artist. An artist is similar to a sculptor and a musician and so on. It's all in the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that one said it's all art.
Eh?
That one said it's all art. Just
Yeah.
It's an art. That's all it is. That's all it is. You always find the musicians or artists usually. Oh, I don't know.
If you're really sincere in what you're trying to get across, you don't get a chance to brand yourself any kind of name like poet or something, you know. You let the people do that, and the people do it.
Spring is sprung, the grass is whiz. I wonder where the fucking bird is.
May the bleeding pounds torment you, and corns adorn your feet. May crabs as big as cockroaches get among your bollocks and eat. May you grow old and feeble and turn into a nervous wreck. May you fall right through your asshole and break your goddamn neck.
Nice. You want another one?
Shake stick.
That was wanky.
so it's all one thing to you, really.
Yeah.
What is?
Oh, please don't.
Getting something across.
This don't prolong.
Oh, one thing, yeah. It's all one thing. Isn't it? The whole thing is one thing. Really.